Hi, I'm Chris from overtheweb.com, and welcome to video number 3 in the series How to Create a Website from Scratch. This video we're going to show you setting up a hosting account, which is going to be real quick and straightforward. Very simple process, and we're going to walk you through that all the way to the point where you can fill in your billing information and be complete. And one thing I did want to cover, because it's important to the hosting that you choose, is the type of website that we're going to build. I'm going to show you how to do a WordPress website. There are several different platforms available, but if you're just starting out and just learning, and even if you're a professional, WordPress is one of the standard formats that people are going with right now, because it's very simple and clean. It's easy to work with, especially if you're brand new. You really don't have to know any code, any programming code, because most of it's just click and install, and working within it is kind of like working within Word, a Word editor, and a lot of the more advanced techniques that you can do with WordPress, they have what's called plugins, where you can just click and install a quick plugin, and it's just typing and dragging and dropping, and very simple to work with. So that's what we're going to show you today, and the reason why that's important is because the type of web hosting that we're looking for is going to be WordPress hosting. One more thing I do want to cover in this is there are a lot of websites out there, a lot of free template-based websites, and those are real simple and easy to get going, and might even be a little bit faster and quicker than what I'm showing you today, but most of those are Flash-based websites, which search engines do not like, and Internet Explorer has actually made the statement that they are not going to support that in the future. So that's on the way out. Don't put a lot of time and effort into that, because it's probably not going to work out well for you. So WordPress is basically free. The only thing you really have to pay for is the monthly hosting, which you would have to typically pay with one of those free websites. Anyway, so let's get started. What I will actually show you first is GoDaddy. Now, I had mentioned in an earlier video that I prefer to register my domain names with GoDaddy, and then I host them with HostGator, and that's how I'm going to show you here today, just for the sake of time. There's a lot of providers, though. You can choose any one you want, but if you go with a route that we're not going to cover, obviously you'll need to seek their support with going further with some of these actions. So anyway, let's get started. So if you're going to host with GoDaddy, all you do is you go to the home page here, and you just go to hosting, and right here is WordPress hosting. You just click there, and you're going to get some options, and what you want to do is kind of read these over, but you're probably just going to need the basic economy plan here if you're just building a simple website for a business. There's a few options depending on how long you want to commit. Get a little bit better deal the longer you commit. So once you've made your selection, you just add that to your cart, and once you've done that, you're going to get a page here that has some options, and you can read those over and decide if you want any of those. There's email, security certificates, shopping cart software, all of that. Like I said, if you're building a basic website for a business, you may not need any of that, but we're just going to assume not. So we're going to say no thanks to those and just go with the standard hosting, and that's it. Once you're here, you just put in your information. Continue to check out. That's where you will enter your billing information, and you will be up and running. So let's move over to HostGator now. If you're going with HostGator for your hosting, real similar process. This is the home page, and you can just go here to view the web hosting plans, and you get the same thing. You get a few options. If you're just going with a basic one website, this is probably the way to go. So we're going to assume that's the case, and once you order, you're also going to have options in just a moment, which we'll show you. If you commit longer, you obviously get a better deal. Now this is where we covered this in the earlier video. If you haven't registered your domain name, you can do it all in one place here. Or if you've already registered it somewhere else and you own it, you can enter it here. So let's use the example we had earlier that we found through our keyword research of Lawn Care Dallas. And once we enter that, then here's your option to pick, whatever you want to commit to. And then you just create your username and PIN number or password here in your billing, and you create your account and you are finished. You'll get a welcome email that has the information that you will need to be able to log in your dashboard. Like I said, I've never used GoDaddy for the actual hosting. I would assume you get the same email there. So that concludes this video on setting up hosting. So the next video is going to be registering your name servers. Now, if you chose either GoDaddy or HostGator or whoever you went with for both registering your domain and your hosting, you can actually skip that video. If you chose the option that I recommended of registering it with GoDaddy and hosting it with HostGator, or some other combination of providers where you did that, you're going to need to watch that video to know how to register your name servers. It's a very simple process, only takes a minute or two to do it. So we will either see you in that next video or in video 5, which is actually installing WordPress.